Why, hello everyone. Hopefully life has been treating you well. In any case, I'm going to get you into the shenanigans of something that has been incredulously difficult to run properly on a mini classics for many, many years. The pinball collections on PSP. We're talking none other than Pinball Hall of Fame Gottlieb collection and Pinball Hall of Fame the Williams collection. And essentially, no matter which mini you were on, you pretty much were stuck running this at a lower, abysmally awful resolution. Just check it out for yourself here. Here's how the game would typically play. And you look at the top left, frame per second. Again, frame per second, even though you toggle it on, it's not necessarily going to be reliable depending on your core or game as you will run. But this is generally reliable for this particular game, and you'll see what I'm talking about. But look how terrible this resolution is. We'll do a quick play this real fast. Okay, I like the Gottlieb challenge where you have to get a high score, and then you can move to the next table once you bypass that score. But we're not going to be playing this for too long because, again, the resolution is awful. So you're going to get the whole gist of what I was trying to do here with this particular portion of the release. Score to beat 130,000. There we go. But look, you can barely see what's going on. This is not even close to looking like a real pinball table right now. It's just so awful. I mean, I could change the camera view. But look, you can't even read the scores up there, like 1,000, 2,000. It is so awful right now. I mean, we do have our 60 frames per second, right? I mean, we could also tilt the table using the analog if we want to. See that? Okay, so what I'm going to do right now is go into options. And you'll notice that our internal resolution, I mean, the lower ones are the ones we're going to be paying close attention to because there's only a certain point you can go to on a mini classics. It maxes out at 720p. That's the highest you could run. So the lowest here is 480 times 272. Then we have 960 times 544. At 544, it still looks kind of awful, just like the one I just showed you. But at 816, it is closer approximation to 720p, so we're going to try that one. Okay, I have it on that. I'm going to shut content here. Open it again, and we're going to see what it runs at that 860, as you will. Same game, on the same core. And be sure to let me know what you're running, streaming, service-wise, and all that fun stuff. There we go. We're on the higher resolution now. But look at the top left there. We'll do Gottlieb challenge again. Okay. Now pay attention to the top left there. Graphics look way better now, but the problem is it's not going to be running too fast. Check it out. We're barely like 45 frames per second here. This is so abysmal. So we got good graphics, but slow speed. You ever played one of them games that were like on both Xbox 360 and PS3 where it ran great on one, but not on the other? Like Bayonetta on Xbox 360 ran fantastic, but on PS3 it ran like garbage. And same with the Pirates of the Caribbean. They did one for the movie. I believe it was at World's End. On PS3, it was like jilted, low frame per second, but on Xbox 360, it ran nice. There we go. This is too slow to be playable whatsoever. Look at it. Oh, tilt. The music is bad. The graphics look great, but it's just so slow. Like a bad port right here. So now we're going to close content again. And we're going to run it on the Xtreme amp core. And you might remember many years back where that was a little joke like, what are Xtreme cores anyway? They're not doing anything whatsoever. I mean, but you see for yourself, the proof is in the pudding, literally here. So we have PPSSPP Xtreme amped turbo. So I'll have a few cores for the release here. And I'm going to do what I can to get these run on the SNES, NES, and of course Mega Drive Minis as well. Here we go. I meant to push the run button. I clicked it, but I have to click it a second time to run it. But anyway, we're going to top left again. Let's try this. But yes, I've been watching Barry on HBO Max with Bill Hader and Henry Winkler. Fantastic show. Looking for other stuff to watch as well. I mean, such as the made-up adventures of Dick Turpin by the alumni from Mighty Boosh. Another fun show. I mean, you got to love your British com.
Pinball.
Okay. Let's see what our resolution is here real quick. Oh, we're at 480 times 272. No, we're not going to do that, but here's where the mathematical equations come into play here, because typically the calculations for the PPSP core are essentially integers, which are numbers that are not followed by a decimal point. So in any case, you'd have like 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. Whereas if you're able to convert these integer points into floating points, you could do 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, 1.4, etc. And as a result, we're now able, with this updated core, to do 480 times 272, 600 by 340. But look, you can even go down to 360 times 24 or 240 times 136 if you want to. But look, before we had 3 resolutions we could run on the O core, but here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That is 10 right there that will work. And right here is a close approximation to 720p. That's 10 right there. Not only that, you could do the overclock. And remember how it had 3 clock speeds, like 222, 333, 266? Look at this. You can do all these now. So if you run a game like Midnight Club, you could take it down to like 144, and that'll help you get that boost you need to run at 720p. But I'm going to run it at default right now. And we're going to do it at 748. So let's close this. I mean, you're going to have so much gist here with the updated core. Okay, let's run this again in 720p, and hopefully we get our 60 frames per second. But yes, I've been watching Barry on HBO Max, that Dick Turpin. I'm looking for another sitcom to watch, so I started watching Joe McHale's show called Animal Control. I mean, if you like shows like Community and stuff like that, you'll get a kick out of it. I mean, there are so many shows out there. I like watching these quick sitcom shows as well. Okay, and there's a French martial arts movie called Mayhem, which is similar to Raid and Raid 2 Redemption. That's a good one to check out. Boy Kills World, which is coming out with Skarsgård in the near future, plus the Crow remake. What are your thoughts on the Crow remake? Let me know. And be sure to let me know any other movies, TV shows, etc. I did actually see the latest Ghostbusters. I mean, a lot of people say they rely a little bit too much on nostalgia. I mean, I agreed to that to a point, but it was still a fun movie for what it's worth. Oh, look, we got fast speed, 60 frames per second. HD! Hell yeah. So we can beat the score now. Oh, yeah. When I used to play tennis and stuff like this, I would just whack the ball and not really care where it goes. But here, it's so awesome actually being able to see that there's kind of a rule set to these. Like, there's certain goals you have to accomplish, and I'll show you with one of the more complicated tables, Black Hole, which actually has an upside-down portion to the table, which is awesome. I also love tables like the Harley-Davidson one, which has multi-balls. Any table that has multi-balls is fantastic. But I go to the arcade, and I play a game like this, and I just whack the ball, maybe tilt it. I would never do precision and really learn about the learning curve of the rules and such. But we just need to get 125K here to pass to the next table. But I love this, the Gottlieb collection and the Williams collection. And obviously this one came out first, so it seems a little bit outdated, but I actually enjoy this one quite a bit. I mean, I've also been playing these off and on my PS3, PS4, and PS5. I'm a little disappointed that they delisted the AC/DC DLC. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, if you want to buy the AC/DC one, you kind of have to get it on Xbox 360 or PS4 for like astronomical prices, like between like $40 to $60+ just to have that one table and a few other ones. But luckily, stuff like Starship Troopers is still available. So I mean, you really gotta grab these before the license expires, because I mean, that Starship Troopers is a fantastic one too. Speaking of Starship Troopers, I have Helldivers 2 on PS5. And as soon as I played it, it sparked me as like Starship Troopers the game crossed with Earth Defense Force multiplayer. I think I should have enough to do the 125 here. I think I'm going to lose the ball on purpose, and I should have 125K easy. Dum. Then I'm going to tilt here. And the other thing I like about the Gottlieb collection is you also have cheat codes you can type in if you don't want to unlock the stuff the normal way. I'll show you what I'm talking about this when I go back to the main menu there. Dum. Okay, let's just intentionally tilt this. Again, you could change the camera angles to like 4, 5, 6, camera 1. I like the 3 one. There, I tilted it. When I used to play Atari Pinball, you know, the video pinball, I was able to get the nuance of tilting it to the point where I would be able to just destroy the table and have the score, like, you know, go over to the point where it repeats. And my friend used to do stuff like this when he played Yard's Revenge. And you get to a certain point in some games where if you got too high of a score, the game would just crash the code and would never play again. He had to get 3 copies of Yard's Revenge back in the day. Okay, ball 3 over. We should be able to get a high score here and move to the next table. Okay. KMF. And KMFDM is actually playing live in my local city in the near future. I might have to give them a shot. Even though some of the original band lineup is no longer there, I mean, still a cool thing. I would absolutely love to see them again. Great band. Okay, on the next table here. Okay, I got 2, 2, 3, 6, 10. And if any of you get into this pinball stuff, try to give me a high score to beat. Okay, victory. Very cool here. Again, if you look at the rule stuff for this, you have several checkpoints you have to bypass. And I'll show you when we get to the main menu here after this. We'll do this for our thing, see if we can beat the 7050K. But there are several checkpoints you can get to. It'll be like checkpoint 1, checkpoint 2, etc. Okay. Such a great game. Say checkpoint 1, come on. Oh no, ball return. There we go, we got checkpoint 1. Now we need checkpoint 2. One of my favorite tables I played over the last several years is actually the Indiana Jones Quadrilogy table, and I was kind of disappointed when I went to the local arcade and they removed it. I'm actually a little bit interested, in playing what people have said is one of the best tables ever made, the Wizard of Oz one. I mean, it has like flash and LED display and all that. I mean, I haven't seen any of the more technical current tables that Stern has made, and I've heard they were pretty damn awesome. Oh, that was a fail. Okay, let's quit here. I'm going to show you what I'm talking about here with the rule set. That was an abysmal score. Last time I did this, I did pretty good on that, but go back to the main menu. You can do codes here. Check this out. These are pretty easy to remember for some of these tables. Like an example, the black hole table, you would unlock doing LIS, Lost in Space. I mean, obviously that's what I presume it would stand for. Okay. And then there's a New York table, you can do NYC. You can also do no tilt. I mean, there are probably like at least a half dozen codes you could do. So we could do Practice Arcade, and typically you'd have to get a high score to unlock tokens, or credits as you will. But we have Genie, El Dorado, Black Hole, and like I said, I mean, it's a minute to learn, lifetime to master, because watch what happens when I do it. I can do free play on this, but typically you'd have to do 2 credits in order to play this one time. But I have free play by doing the Lost in Space code. Table history. Go ahead and enjoy.
The first table to feature the revolutionary lower reversed playing surface. However, its biggest claim to fame is that it was the first accepted table that cost 50 cents to play, which quickly made it the highest earning pin game in the history of the industry.
Okay. Would I like to view the table instructions? Yes. And just look, I mean, it is so damn cool, like how complicated this table is, but it's also simplistic at the same time. You see what I mean here.
To succeed at Black Hole, you'll need to learn how to maximize your points on the lower surface. You can get to the lower surface through this gravity tunnel. By clearing all the letters BLACK, black, in sequence, you will activate a G-force accelerator. The flashing arrow shows which letter you need to get next. One G-force accelerator doubles the points you earn down below. Clearing HOLE, hole, in sequence also earns a G-force accelerator. When both G-force accelerators are lit, you earn triple points, as well as lighting the special underneath. The points you earn below are displayed here, and added later when you lose the ball. If you clear the bank of 4 below after you've cleared the matching bank above, you earn an extra ball. Clearing this bank of 3 drop targets below advances these roll under lit specials. But be careful, when you're playing below, you must clear one of the 2 banks, or you will lose the ball on re-entry. Complete all 3 rollovers up top to advance the bonus multiplier from 2 times to 3 times to 4 times to 5 times. One way to rack up points quickly is by earning multi-ball play. You must clear this bank of 4 to activate the captive hole above. The captive hole below is always active. You must have 2 balls captive and enter the lower playing field to release the 2 balls. With 3 balls on the table, you should rack up credits quickly.
Now, it's kind of funny here because we were talking about having that upside down portion right there, which has reverse gravity. I had the game messed up on me one time where I didn't clear it, and I actually got sent to the ball return. But another time, I actually got back out onto the table, but for some reason, the physics of the entire table were upside down, so my ball got stuck on the top of the table. I mean, it was a emulation glitch, but I found it hysterically funny. But we'll see what happens here. Because again, I have to go to that top left, like checkered flag type thing, in order to essentially get to the upside down portion of the table. A fantastic table. Now, I used to own this on Xtreme Pinball before Pinball FX bought the license to it. I like camera 3 the best there. Oh, so close. That's where I do the upside down part. Okay. And you got to do a little bit of finicky stuff here to get it to hit these targets to the right. Like that. Oh, I got one of them, but I ended up losing the ball in the process. Okay. There is a multi-ball table that I could showcase at the end of this video. I'll do like Williams Pinball in my next video. Oh, it's so bad. But at least I do free play and I don't have to waste 2 credits on this each time. But yeah, if I would have got like a really high score in victory, there we go. There we go, upside down table. Look how crazy this is. Oh. Where am I going to be? Oh, I made it back. So I successfully cleared the part, just like the instructions said. If I wouldn't have done that, I would. Okay. At least I was able to show you the upside down portion there. Okay, and you have a little mini game here, kind of like the Mario 2 thing. No match. Okay, go return to arcade. Let's see what other tables we have here.
Black hole.
You can do a love meter. I don't.
Ace high.
Ace high. I believe this table is like from the 1960s, actually, if I remember correctly.
Big shot.
Big shot's kind of cool too. That's a free play one. We'll do that for a quick moment.
Big shot, 1974. This table is the 2-player version of the 1973 table, Hot Shot. This pool-themed game is very popular among expert players and collectors because of the skill required to hit the 14 drop targets. There were only 2,900 units manufactured, despite the fact that gameplay is now considered a classic.
Now what they mean by the 14 drop targets, I'll show you what I'm talking about here. You'll notice that there are the solids and stripes on left and right. If you get all of those, you got to do it within 1 ball, though. You got to get all of those within 1 ball. There we go. I got one. Oh, and I lost the ball. Dang, I'm going to tilt the hell out of this. Oh, come on. That is a nifty challenge. It's very, very cool. So, I mean, you can't even call like Angry Birds original because Pinball started the whole trend, right? There we go. I do remember seeing this in the arcade at one point. I mean, this is such an old table, too. It's so great that they had a table this old sitting in just an arcade. I remember seeing this at the time when they had games like Double Dragon out and even Space Harrier. Oh, no. Oh, jeez. But that's a little bit of the gist of that. I would like to show you at least one more table here. But yeah, let me know your experiences with pinball. If you have any specific tables that you like. I do really thoroughly love the licensed tables. Like I said, Starship Troopers is a fun one for me. I gotta check out the Last Action Hero as well. Zoltan. That reminds me of like Big, the movie. We have Central Park. That's the one you can unlock by doing NYC for your code. Playboy. Oh, the interesting thing about Playboy actually is that in the original table, you had to keep your own score, but here it keeps the score for you. So that's kind of cool.
Teed
off. This one right here.
Going nuts.
As far as I remember, there were only 10 of these ever made, so it's kind of cool being able to play this.
Going nuts, 1983. This table never made it into production, as new management considered wider tables too expensive to mass produce. Only 10 units were made as engineering samples. The unique style of timer-based gameplay and the rarity of this table make...
Okay, we're going to be able to see Multiball here. This will be the final table of this video, and be sure to let me know your pinball experiences and, of course, what you're watching on your current streaming services and all. Like I said, I'm finishing up Barry. I'm going to jump into more Animal Control with Joe McHill. But we're going to do this for a moment here, and let's get our Multiball. You get Multiballs pretty quick in this one. There we go. Look at that. Oh, yeah. I love the Multiballs, and Harley Davidson is one of my favorite tables for that. It's weird because when I saw a review of Gottlieb collection, the person who reviewed it said this is not a fun table, but I think the fact that you can do multi-balls like immediately is badass. And it's timer based as well, look at that. The timer's going to expire there. Time's up. Now I'm going to be on ball 2. Okay. I definitely would have played this if I'd seen it at the arcade, though. 3 balls. I wonder if there's any way to extend your time. That's why I'm going to have to look at the rule set. Oh. I think the Harley-Davidson table might be one of the ones that has the most balls you can actually have on table 1. Oh, there we go. Very, very fun stuff here. I'd presume if you did like the cheat code so you never have to tilt, you would definitely be able to keep these balls on table a little bit longer. But you could actually get 100 credits and buy the cheat codes instead of looking them up, but I just happened to do a quick online search for them. But obviously back in the day when online wasn't as big a thing, like in 1994, you always had to rely on word of mouth for a lot of this stuff. Oh, I'm doing so bad at this. Still fun as hell though. See how, I wonder like if there's like how many licks does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Roll Pop of Fizz? How many clicks can I do? 1, 2? I gotta do it one more time. I'm gonna see how many clicks it takes to get to a tilt here. Or if I can do a little bit of finesse. Okay? Let's try the table one more time, because I want to see how quick I can get a tilt here. Okay? I'm just gonna try tapping it. Oh, I gotta tilt immediately? Come on. That must have held it too long. Oh, wow. And by the way, there is an actual pinball game. I think it was possibly on Dreamcast called Tilt. Was it on Dreamcast or Saturn? It was just called Tilt. People said it was really, really one of the best ones to play emulation-wise. I'm going to have to definitely give that a shot, too. And by the way, one of my next videos will also showcase Duck Station as well as Swan Station, because they play some of the pinball tables that will not work on the PC SX rearm course. But hope you enjoyed the video, and PPSSP Xtreme Amp will make it into the next release for the PlayStation Classic and the Amiga 500.